Look at this here. Chris Brown is arrested and detained in Manchester just hours after screaming, "Free Tory." Tamar Braxton is still taking shots at Loni Love over her early departure from The Real. You got to let that hurt go, Tamar. It's been what, well over 12, it's been over 10 years at this point. 10, 11 years, something like that. And then Jennifer Williams is now calling her former bestie and current co-star on Basketball Wives, Evelyn Lozada, colorist. Why? Is it because now her evilness and her angst is directed towards you? Shut up, Jennifer. Let's talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here for another edition of Look at This Here, my take on pop culture, celebrity gossip, hot topics, and current events. If you guys are brand new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoy this type of content. Leave your comments down below. Let's have a disclaimer real quick. If you leave a comment, please know that there is a 95% chance somebody will respond to it. So if you are going to crash out because somebody responded to your comment for your own mental health and sanity, then don't leave a comment. If you cannot handle people engaging in dialogue, okay, with your comment, then I would suggest don't. But if you can handle it, leave a comment down below. So, if you guys are new, I do 3 topics in 20 minutes or less. Sometimes we go a little bit over 20 minutes, but that is always the goal. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's start with Chris Brown, okay? Lil Chrissy. So we all know that Tory Lanez was attacked in prison earlier this week. And after that, Chris Brown, there was some reports that came out that remember Kelsey, Megan's former bodyguard, or excuse me, Megan's former best friend, her former bodyguard remembered suddenly 2 years later. You know what? I did overhear Kelsey say that she is the one that used the weapon. All right. So Chris Brown took to Twitter to say "Free Tory." Okay. Hours later, he was arrested in England Thursday night for allegedly attacking somebody at a London nightclub in 2023, and he is being charged with 1 count of causing grievous bodily harm. Okay. So Friday morning, just this morning, a British judge made the call to hold Chris in custody until the next hearing in the case, which is scheduled for June 13th. Now, he did originally request bail, and his defense attorney argued that he was not a flight risk, but that was denied after a prosecutor described the crime that he's accused of as extremely serious. Okay, do you know what that crime is? We gonna get there. So Chris Brown appeared in court in sweatpants and a black t-shirt with his freshly bleached blonde hair. He'll also have his case transferred to the Manchester Magistrates Court, where he appeared today, to Southwark Crown Court in London. Okay. Now I don't know if that why that will be happening. I didn't read too much into that. So the important part about this is not only is Chris being detained until June, so basically a full month in jail, but he was supposed to start off his world tour in Amsterdam on June 8th, followed by performances in Germany on June 11th and June 13th. So it's looking like that's not going to happen. So now, now we're costing him money and all this other type of stuff. So why did Chris get arrested? So back in 2023, music producer Abe Diao, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, claimed that he was hospitalized after an unprovoked attack at the Tape nightclub in February of that year. So, according to Diao, Chris Brown hit him in the head with a bottle, a Don Julio bottle at that, if I recall, and punched and kicked him while he was on the floor. So Diao has issued a $16 million lawsuit against the musician. Now, I don't know if there is footage of what actually happened. I don't know if there are eyewitnesses or proof or anything of that sort. But unfortunately for Mr. Brown, okay, Chris is a person who we know has had a violent past, right? We all know what happened with him and Rihanna. Yes, before somebody says it, we know that the two of them were fighting. There was a tussle in the car. Ultimately, she suffered of the brunt of that assault. We have also known Chris to get in fights. Remember, he bust out the windows and all this other type of stuff. Chris Brown has a violent past, right? And unfortunately for him, it has come back to bite him. Now, was there a warrant out for his arrest? Like, did Chris not think that when he got to London, has he not been to London since 2023? There are a lot of questions that need answers. But unfortunately, if you have tickets to the Amsterdam or Germany show, I would count on Ticketmaster refunding, or there would be some type of scheduling conflict. Because if we know one thing, we know that when Americans are locked up overseas, they don't give a good goddamn who you are. They are going to keep you in jail and they don't care what you have to do. So that sucks. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think that, like, do y'all have more details? I'm going to look it up about this case because I do remember hearing about it, but I want to look up and see is there footage or anything like that. Do you think that he should have been granted bail so he can continue on with his shows? Let's talk about it down below. So, Tamar Braxton, I'm so sick of Tamar, y'all. I am so absolutely sick and tired of this woman. Tamar Braxton, we know, the youngest of the Braxton clan, okay? Tamar is definitely a throw the rock and hide her hand type of person. And what I do not want is, now Tamar sat up on this interview with Nene, okay? Talked about Loni, talked about Candy. I'm only going to focus on the Loni part because the Candy and Tamar situation, I'm over it. I'm sick of it, right? So on Wednesday, May 15th, a new episode of Nene Leaks' fifth attempt at a YouTube podcast show aired a video, the newest edition, newest episode with Tamar as the guest, okay? So they're having a conversation in which Nene Leaks claims that she was originally picked to co-host the show, The Game. Remember they had, not The Game, Lord have mercy, the Real. Nene was selected, Nene was asked to co-host The Real, ultimately before Loni Love ended up taking her place. So Tamar fixed her lips to say, I wish they would have told me I wouldn't have cast Big Back Cadillac. Now, okay? She then goes on to say, we'd probably be in our 10th season by now. Thanks. Ain't that dumb? Now, I'm going to say this. For one, Tamar, that was so unnecessary. Because, Tamar, you are the same woman that set your ass up on The Real and cried real tears, real salty tears when K. Michelle said you look like a Muppet. Okay, there was no reason to call her Big Back Cadillac, and I know the whole situation of how back in the day, Tamar felt that Loni was trying to get her kicked off the show. Now, people were asking, how did Tamar cast the show? The first season, I want to say the first and second season of The Real, Tamar and Vince were the executive producers. It was Tamar's show, but her ass got fired. Okay, she didn't fit what they were trying to do, I guess. Getting fired off of something that you created is, my God. But so this was unnecessary though. Like, get over it, Tamar. I thought her and Loni were cool at this point. We have seen Loni like come in on Tamar's pictures of Logan and all that type of stuff. I just feel like Tamar does anything she can for a headline. She does. It's so fucking annoying. So we know that The Real kicked off in 2013, July, and the original cast was Tamara, Jeannie, Adrian, Tamar, and then Loni, okay? In May 16, news broke in May 16, yeah, in May 2016, news broke that Tamar was leaving the show after just 2 seasons, okay? Now, there was a statement that was issued that The Real and Tamar have mutually decided that Tamar will not be continuing with the show for his upcoming 3rd season. Now, according to Tamar, They said that she was leaving to concentrate on her solo career, blah, 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 blue, 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 all that type of stuff. It was seemingly later that it came out that Tamar felt that she was kind of ousted out. So during that time, Loni Love took to Facebook. That's back when Facebook was like where people issue statements and not Instagram story. But Lonnie took to Facebook and said there was no indication that Tamar was going to be let go. We all genuinely like each other. Okay. Tamar then came out and said, oh, no, no, no. This was not mutual. This was this, that, and the other. And it became a big thing. It became a big thing. I will say this, that interview with Nene, to my understanding, I didn't watch it. I have no desire to watch it, but everything about it was negative. I feel like everything that we hear coming out about that little podcast that Nene has is negative. People go on there to shit on other people. That's not the vibe you want, Lanithia. It's not. And Tamar, now when Lonnie come out and she reads you down and she ragtag your ass, don't get on Instagram story, don't get on Instagram live and start crying about the shit. There was no reason for you to call that lady Big Back Cadillac. Literally no reason. But Tamar does this. Tamar also said some shit about Candy once again, but what's new? Now, when Loni Love put her foot up your ass, don't you say a damn word, Tamar, because you constantly do this. You've been off the fucking reel. You've been off for 7 years at this point. The show itself has been off for like 2 or 3. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop, Tamar. So then finally, Jennifer Williams. So, all right. So, Basketball Wives is back. It's in season 12. Evelyn and Jennifer are back at odds with each other. All right. Surprise, surprise. So, we have seen this roller coaster of a friendship for many, many moons play out on reality TV. Okay. Now, prior to them falling out, or not even prior to, when they are on good terms, they are an awful duo together, right? We all know that Evelyn is aggressive as fuck. Okay. We know that Evelyn is all bark and no bite, right? And we know that Jennifer is her minion. We all know this. We've seen it play out for years, okay? So most recently, Jennifer is married to this alleged scammer Christian, okay? So at the end of season 11, at the reunion, there was a hot mic moment where Evelyn can be heard saying that she just doesn't trust Christian. And, people are saying he's a scammer, but she's not, she has a bad feeling about it, but she's not going to do anything about it. She's not going to look into it. Okay. That is all we have heard Evelyn say negative about Christian and Jennifer. Jennifer took that personal. Now, it's interesting to me because the other women said much worse about Christian. The other women have said far worse about Christian, but Jennifer is only mad at Evelyn. Cool, okay? So they got into it. They had words on the last episode about how, you married to a felon, your daughter has a baby daddy that's a felon, blah, 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 okay? Jennifer apparently is recapping the episodes on her YouTube channel that she shares with Christian, where he does 75% of the speaking in every video, okay? So Jennifer in this YouTube video that has now been deleted. Ain't been up a full week, but she deleted it when what she wanted to get out got out. So Jennifer said, look, it might be Evelyn really has something, or wait, let me get in character. It might be Evelyn really has something against Black women. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there because I feel like every season she's trying to go in on a Black woman. And that's just real. That's just real, okay? She's trying to bring a Black woman down. She's trying to bring a Black man down. Cut it out. Jennifer, not only is the show full of Black women, so who else is Evelyn going to go against? Okay? Because you see, she didn't say brown skinned woman. She just said black. So are you calling her colorist or are you calling her racist? Okay? Which one are you doing? Now, I understand that there are a lot of people that feel that Evelyn is colorist, Evelyn is racist. You are entitled to feel how you feel about that. That's not what I'm trying to dispute. My issue with this is, Jennifer, you have been her right hand for years. You didn't care how she treated OG. You didn't care how she treated Royce. You didn't care about any of the times where she went against Tammy. You didn't care any of the times she went against Jackie or Brandy or any of the other women that she has the issue with that are black women, because the show is all black women. But for you to use this as a dog whistle is cheap, Jennifer. And it reminds me of how Candace Dillard Bassett does on Potomac. Because Jennifer is only doing this because she knows that the fans don't like Evelyn. She knows what the audience has been saying about Evelyn. If you felt that this heifer was colorist and racist and she goes against black women, why the fuck were you sitting on the beach with her at the beginning of season 11 crying about how you wanted your friendship back? Because if I feel that somebody is colorist or racist or has something against black women, I'm not going to be their fucking friend. But Jennifer, you don't have that problem. You're just using this to deflect away from the fact that your husband is a scammer. And all these stories are coming up about how he is a scammer. And there's a pending court case about him, about how he is an alleged scammer. That's the issue. It's not that you truly care. It's not that you truly believe that she is racist or colorist. You don't truly believe Evelyn has the issue with black women. You don't. You wanted something to deflect from the fact that you, one, got caught up in a lie in that last episode, and two, you don't like the fact that she has called you out publicly. She tried to do it privately, but you didn't want to listen. So now that she's calling you out publicly, this is shitty and nobody's falling for it. Again, if you feel that Evelyn is colorist or racist, by all means, feel how you want to feel. I'm not disputing that. I'm disputing the fact that Jennifer all of a sudden woke up at her big ass age of 48 years old and now has this revelation over somebody she's been friends with for 20 plus years. You don't think she's colorist or racist. You just want the world to hate her because you're mad at her right now. Or Christian put you up to it. So Brooke Bailey entered the chat and said, I hear your concerns and I want to be clear. This isn't about hate or racism. Accusations like this are serious and they shouldn't be used to deflect from real issues that deserve honest conversation. I stand for respect across all communities, including black women. The entire cast is black, besides Evelyn. And if there's a specific issue to address, let's talk about it directly and constructively. Unity means listening and being accountable, not tearing each other down. You know that production started this with the hot mic moment on the last reunion. You decided to carry it out, and in my opinion, you're allowing people to put the battery in your back to push a narrative that you know isn't true. I'm disappointed. This is sad, Jennifer. You were once a concerned friend to Ev and voicing your opinion about her relationship without production pushing the narrative. You know this woman is not racist. The world knows why she was concerned about you, and those aren't false allegations. Stop the madness. So, the way that Brooke said that Jennifer is allowing somebody to put a battery in her back, I 1,000% believe, whether it's the fans or whether it's Christian. And that's why I said it reminds me of what happened on Potomac, because Wendy and Candace were both very loud about how they did not think their castmates were colorist. And I'm not saying that they are or they are not. But what I'm saying is Candace and Wendy were very vocal. They did tons of interviews saying that they did not feel their castmates were colorists. They sat on stage at their reunion and said they weren't. All for them to flip it when the fans got in their ear and start screaming about colorism and racism. If you feel that a cast member is colorist, Jennifer, Candace, Wendy, whoever, why would you want to work with that person? The Hyundai 07, you don't have to comment, baby, because you're blocked. Because you like to come in on that bullshit constantly and throw accusations against me. You're blocked, baby, so don't waste your time. I will not see your comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this. How do you guys feel about Jennifer doing this, right? You're mad at Evelyn, and that's why you're doing it. This would have been more impactful, Jennifer, if you would have said it after the OG situation, where there were people saying Evelyn is colorist, Evelyn is racist. Y'all had that whole conversation. Remember, y'all had the COVID season when y'all were in the house and y'all were there to talk about your issues? You didn't have anything to say then. Remember when y'all did like the PSA at the reunion so that y'all can really talk about colorism and racism and prejudice and all that type of stuff? You didn't have anything to say then. You've been complicit in everything that Evelyn has done. You haven't cared who she's gone at. You haven't cared. So now that your little feelings are hurt and your husband has put a bug in your ear to deflect off of the fact that he got some real shit going on, now you want to come out and call her colorist. I do not like when people use trigger words like this and buzzwords to get a reaction. And you know that you were wrong, or you know it was some bullshit, or you know you did too much, Jennifer, because you deleted the fucking video. If you truly and wholeheartedly believe Evelyn is colorist, put your pussy on the table, keep the video up, and stand in your shit. But for you to delete it, but let me know what you guys thought about these three topics: Chris Brown, Jennifer Williams, and Tamar Braxton. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.